Hi, it's Katrina Roddy of the Corporate Breakup, and I'm here to talk to you on a lighter note because we're going to talk about the show Insecure. But we don't want to beat a dead horse because that's what people have been doing, talking about the last episode. What I want to talk about is the show overall perception was it wanted to portray individuals being insecure. So if you think about it, every relationship, every situation, you found a person and they really showed their insecurities. And I think the show did a good job in portraying that because we all have insecurities. We all have insecurities that come out at one point based on the situation that we're in. They especially come out when you lose a job or you're leaving a job and you're feeling a little uneasy about. I'm Katrina Roddy, best-selling author of Steal Your Skills from Corporate. I'm also an entrepreneur coach. I spent 30 years in the corporate industry before I got let go. So a lot of those insecurities came out. And I want to talk to you today about 5 things that I did that helped me get through those insecurities and helped me move forward in a career that's more fulfilling to me at this moment. There are 5 things. I like to use the acronym MOVES. MOVES. I also have a MOVES membership where we have more people who can explain their reasons for leaving, or they have some type of, angst about it. Because let's be real, a corporate breakup is the same as a personal breakup. You go through the same type of emotions. People just handle it differently. And it's so crazy to me because you're going through the same emotions. You need the same type of support, I would think. People go through anxiety. They go through anger. You're mad. You're looking like, why did he get to stay and I get to leave? You're angry if you got laid off from a job and you're like, they need me. And you have sleep disturbances. You have this whole psyche going on about what you should do next. It really bubbles up those insecurities that you have, and you want to be able to get past that. So the M, which is number 1, is being mindful and having a mindset reset. Being mindful means just taking in and being aware of your emotions at this time, at the time that it's happening. Absorb that. Be sure to stay in it. Because what happens is you understand what that feeling is. So if it comes back, now you know how to move from it easier. A lot of times people will jump from relationship to relationship and they jump from job to job, not realizing that I don't really want to do that. Maybe I want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't know the steps that it takes to be an entrepreneur, which I will help you with. But also you don't understand how to even make that transition. So a lot of people are fearful of that transition. So the M is being mindful and having a mindset reset. And that could come through meditation, was huge for me. It comes through eating a good diet, getting enough sleep. All of those things will help you quiet your mind so that you can think clearly and move on to the next step. The O, which is number 2, is for own your own title. At any point of time, if you worked for a lengthy period of time, you had relied on the job to give you a title. And they could have made you senior vice president, your clerk, you're at the front office, you're at the front desk, you're a tech person. They gave you a title. Now it's time for you to own your own title. But you don't know how to do that because you're so tied to what other people may have given you. So I say stop all the nonsense and give yourself the title CEO of your life. Take control of your life at this point. It's all about you. Figure out what you want to do. We are in the middle of a great resignation. People are leaving their jobs left and right, but they still have some sort of insecurity and they can't figure out what to do next or how to even get there. I am here to tell you that I will support you 100% in making sure that you get there. Speaking of support, the V, which is number 3, is value your relationships. You're going to need those relationships that you've built along the way. These people now become your mentors. I always like to say we should all have 5 mentors. 5 mentors will act as your personal board of directors. Your personal board of directors, which means you can have a person who is the master, someone that you look up to that may be a public figure. You can have someone who will champion you along the way. They're your cheerleader. You have someone that's your co-pilot. They ride alongside of you. They know exactly what you're going through because they're doing the same thing as you. You have an anchor, someone who's going to be 100% with you. They're going to give it to you because they know you the longest, and they're never going to be mean. They're just going to tell you what you need to hear at 100% level. And then you have the reverse, which is someone you learn from. You could be a mentor to someone and actually learn from them. If you want to know more about how to separate those and dive deeper into those, I'll do a separate video for you. So that's V, value your relationship. And that's also number 3. The next one is E. You may have heard another video I did about money where I talk about E. E is evaluate your money situation. We all come from relationships with money. We just need to know what that relationship is and how do we adjust it as a new entrepreneur. You'll get through it, but you need to know what that is first. You need to know your DNA with money. Why do you act a certain way when you have money? Why have you become a big spender? Why have you become a big saver? Find out why and what's driving that so that you can move forward and help yourself as an entrepreneur. And the last one, number 5, is S. S is share your story. Share your story. You have to become the most vulnerable person that you could ever imagine yourself to be because people want to know. They want to know your story. I've told you so far that I come from humble beginnings. It's in my DNA about money. I've told you that I spent 30 years in corporate. I got laid off. I felt all of these emotions that I'm telling you about. I'm not telling you this stuff because I'm making it up. I'm telling you because I felt the same way. You feel lost. You feel insecure. You feel all of those things. Share your story. People want to know how you got from here to there. So what I did was I took everything I had and I poured it into a book. After I poured it into Steal Your Skills from Corporate, then I started getting people asking me, how do I get through some of the steps that you have in your book? And I became an entrepreneur coach. And that is so fulfilling to me because I'm super resourceful. I am using every skill that I have. So my point of it is share your story because people want to know how you got to where you are now. People want to know. So be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to share. I did 75 interviews about my company last year. If that's not being vulnerable, I was super vulnerable and I did it. So do you understand? MOVES is an acronym. It's moves, and you need to get moving. That's all I'm saying is you have to get moving. You have to get something in that's more fulfilling to you, something that will make you feel good about yourself, and something that will take away your insecurities at that moment. They're always going to be there, but you have to understand how to overcome those. As always, I'd like for you to hit the like and share button, like and subscribe. Until then, goodbye and good luck.